What's up, guys? Today we're trying some Jeskai Energy in Modern. So usually with Jeskai Energy, it's more of like a control list with some counterspells, Wrath the Skies in the main. But for this version, we're kind of going with the mid-range plan. So let's talk about some of the differences between your stock Boros list, maybe your Azorius list that we played recently, and then now we're playing Jeskai. And then we'll move on to the sideboard. So because we're Jeskai, we're adding some more red mana sources like Steam Vents, Thundering Falls. We're making sure to have at least 3 Surveil lands just because Surveil lands are amazing, especially with Flage if we can get that into the yard. We're not running any Ragavans, we got rid of Thraben Charm, we have no Static Prison, no Fables, no Spyros. The only downside with all of those things is we're removing some of the red permanents for a Johnny. So once we have flipped a Johnny, we need Goblin Bombardment, we need Flage, or we need Voice in order to get that 0 damage down. So while that might be a small downside, the upside more than makes up for it. We have a set of Ephemerates with Solitude and Quantum Riddler. So this has been proven to be amazing synergy in Modern right now. Evoking Solitude, Ephemerating it, just exiling 2 creatures, or on turn 3, if you can warp Quantum Riddler, Ephemerate it, draw at least 2 cards, and this is a big 4/6 body that sticks around, usually brick walls most of the creatures in Modern right now. When you're not doing the flickering play, we have Guide of Souls, Ocelot Pride, and a Johnny, just your tried and true energy package. We have Galvanic Discharge for removal, Goblin Bombardment that pairs well with the Johnny, same with Voice of Victory, and then we have 1 Consigned to Memory. So Consign's really good just because Eldrazi's popular right now, so it's not crazy to have in the main, but it also stops your Flage Sacrifice trigger, and it can stop your Warp trigger or Evoke trigger. This version is a pretty grindy deck, so you're not always trying to aggro your opponent out. It's okay to just flicker Quantum Riddler a few times even though you're not attacking. Moving on to the sideboard, we have 1 Orange Chant for combo decks, big mana decks, Stony Silence for artifact decks, White Orchid Phantom for big mana decks or Eldrazi Tron, Wrath the Skies for board wipes, Consigned to Memory for Eldrazi, some combo decks, Surgical Extraction for graveyard decks, and 1 Wear Tear. Usually you bring this in against Titan or some other artifact enchantment decks. So that is your Jeskai Energy deck in Modern. Before we get into the video, I want to quickly talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are a Mana Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all that information is in the description below. Also, we do deck techs, so if you have a cool idea for a deck, that information is in the section below as well. So if you want to see more energy content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. Alright, welcome to match 1. We're up against Goryos. I was muted game 1, but we ended up winning. So we're up against Goryos, we won Surgical Extraction. White Orchid Phantom could be cheesy. Discharge is medium against Frog. Definitely want the Surgicals. They're going to be bringing in Wrath the Skies, so I don't mind cutting like 1 Pride. I think we'll try that. Alright, game 2, and this is a 5-land hand with Pride, Voice of Victory. I feel like we can do better. Alright, this is better. This is Solitude, Ephemerate, all that stuff. Keep. Could put back a Guide. I'm going to put back a land. Might be greedy, but we're on the draw, and we should find a land by turn 3, hopefully. They just go Flooded Strand. Look into Solitude, Ephemerate, if possible. There's a Johnny, okay. So we'll get Sacred Foundry, play Guide. Then next turn we have either Guide, Surveil land, or just a Johnny if we draw the land. Undercity Sewers. They do play Psychic Frog, and just pass. Discharge. So here we could play Guide of Souls. I kind of want to play Guide of Souls, and then discharge this. And then if they let it go, or they don't let it go, maybe they discard their hand, then we just Solitude it. Could be wrong. They have to discard 3 cards to save this. They discard Atraxa. Makes sense. Because I don't mind trading the Guide of Souls if they want to discard and block a land. They need 1 more. Faithful Mending. Alright, we're just going to do the max damage to it. No blocks. Just I don't know if this is the right play to like be doing this. Alright, we'll pass. We could maybe Solitude there. They just have the Goryos anyway. It doesn't really matter. They find Goryos, Solitude, all that stuff. Because even if we Solitude this, they just have it again with Goryos, Atraxa. Nothing mattered. We'll run it back. Alright, on the play for the final game. We have a Johnny, we have Discharge, Surgical. I guess we'll keep. We can Surveil turn 1. They've had Frog turn 2 every single time, so just kind of looking to dodge that. Start with a Surveil land. We'll bin that. They have a Surveil land. They keep it on top. Quantum Riddler. So we're going to shock this in. Play a Johnny. No plays. This feels like a Wrath hand. Another Johnny. Let's attack. Still no plays. Play Arena. I guess we'll warp. Maybe we can find an Ephemerate. Find Guide of Souls. Do we want to play that? I'm going to say no. Because if they do have Solitude, Ephemerate, they just eat these 2. If they have Wrath, they have to commit to this. And we kind of avoid presence, and I'm not worried about Goryos with Surgical in hand. Howled Fountain, they're going to Faithful Mending. Because you could maybe play Guide of Souls into a Johnny and get that energy. They've been in Atraxa and a Solitude. Wow. Let's see if they have the Goryos. Looks like they do. Damn. Alright, well, Surgical. Look at them having it both games. And look, we called the Wrath the Skies too. And the Ephemerate, wow. Read them like a book. Alright, so is their hand just stock? Other than like the Jace, they have 2 forces, 3 pendings, Jesus. It's a hard deck to beat. And 2 pest control, my god. Yeah, they just board in everything for us. Alright, so we'll surgical that, fizzle the Goryos. At least they're stuck on lands, but they have the Wrath and Solitude Ephemerate in hand. Draw another Riddler. Let's attack. See if they want to Solitude something. Their hand's pretty gross. They choose not to. We're gonna warp again. Draw Ocelot Pride. So we kind of want them to either Solitude, pitching whatever, and then we can guide Pride and like rebuild. They do find the land. They play Jace. We're just gonna discharge that now. I guess I could always Goryos that at some point, if that's not weird or something, instead of saving that for, but I kind of want to get in for damage, yeah. Let's attack. Still waiting for them to do something. We could Flage here. I wonder if they'd consider, actually, yeah, let's Flage, because if they want to waste their Wrath the Skies, we'd be happy with that. And then if we draw any fetch land, we can just haste their fetching. They're going to Surveil or get the white. They do get the white. So they're going to clean up our board. We're going to gain 7 life. Let's see what they target first, actually. They did pitch the Wrath. Do we Solitude their Solitude here? Because then they just clean up Ajani, then next turn eat the token. Yeah, I think we do. I would like to have the Ajani with the Guide of Souls and stuff. Yeah, and they just scoop it up. I don't know if I was overthinking that or not, but... Alright, match 2 on the play. And I think we can keep this. The mountain's a little awkward, but all of this is fantastic. Up against Kahira. So we're going to lead off. We'll get a Hallowed Fountain, I guess. Play Guide of Souls. We'll see if we want to Ocelot Pride, hold up Discharge, or just Ajani. Flooded Strand. No plays. Another Quantum Riddler. Let's attack. See if this survives or not. Does get in. Mountain. Guess we'll just go Ajani. Hopefully they don't have like Spell Snare or something. It lands. They get a Meticulous Archive. Oh, it's just blue-white Chant. Okay. So Discharge is good for the Planeswalkers like Narset. The Fairy, maybe. This looks like a Pending on Ajani. Fortunately, we're tapped out. I think they have like main deck Wrath the Skies too. We draw a Guide of Souls. Play Pride. Just so we can use the energy. Use it on the cat. Make it awkward for them. Get him for 5. Down to 13. No land drop's pretty brutal. We could have warped for a land drop, but I kind of want to keep on the pressure here. They have Flooded Strand. Assuming this is going to be a Narset. Teferi, okay. Oh, I guess Teferi bounces this. Yeah, damn. That's the only downside, I guess. It's like play around Solitude or Teferi. Draw the land. Let's attack. Attack them. Teferi, Teferi. Let's play it safe. If they have a Solitude, we want to clear this. Maybe they waste a Solitude and we still get to discharge. Teferi goes down. Let's warp. Draw the Solitude. I really don't want to play Guide of Souls, because again, if they board wipe, we're just screwed. This is a pretty good board. Kind of want them to like Narset Days Undoing with us having Galvanic Discharge. They're making the land drops. Another Teferi. Probably bounce a token. They bounce Ocelot Pride. I mean, that's a good sign. If they're bouncing that, that means they don't have a Wrath, right? Alright, we'll Surveil. Get the Elegant Parlor. Thundering Falls. I'll keep it on top. I think I still want more lands. They have Chant. Okay, that makes more sense. Glad we kept the Surveil land then. I'll keep it on top. We still get to kill Teferi though. Use the energy. Put them down to 8. Gyre Reach. Looking like a Solitude to me. There's the land. Let's attack. They haven't used the Solitude yet, so we're assuming this is a Solitude. Trying to think if I want to waste a discharge on it though. I don't think so. We'll do it like this. They're going to Solitude, eat Guide, try to block a cat, and we'll just, I guess, Solitude. I think we just discharge this and then kind of go wide here. I really want to save this for a Narset Days Undoing. Oh, they force. Ugh, that's so awkward now. Because they could eat a cat. I really don't want to pitch here. They go up to 8, 9, 10, 11, then they attack. Oh, that's so awkward. Yeah, I'm just going to Solitude the Solitude. They are going to gain 3 here, but it's better than 6, I guess. Maybe that attack wasn't very good. They take 2, go back down to 9. Play Guide of Souls. We'll warp. You could Surveil first, but if we do draw the Ephemerate, I want to like get an untap source. Wow, we drew the Ephemerate. Okay. Sacred Foundry. We'll cast Ephemerate. Draw some more. We'll draw 2 cards, actually. That ended up working out well. They Gyre Reach. Discard a Flage. Could save that just to hit them for 3, like an expensive Helix. Put Narset into the graveyard. We're assuming that they have an Worm's Chant here. Rebound. No Worm's Chant. Wow. Okay. All right, so we're up against Azorius Chant. I really don't think we have anything in the sideboard. Like White Orchid Phantom could make their mana awkward. Surgical could hit their combo pieces. Wear Tear for their 1 artifact. Consign for their Solitudes. We don't really have anything for this. I think we just run it back. All right, game 2 on the draw, and this is good enough. Not amazing, but some early pressure. I think Ajani and Goblin Bombardment are probably MVP in this matchup. They do have the pendings, but We start with the Thundering Falls, Subtlety to the graveyard, Sacred Foundry, get another Sacred Foundry, get a Guide of Souls. Could have gotten a Hallowed Fountain there also. Could have also just played the Sacred Foundry out. They just play land, go. Draw the Archive. Just looking to dodge Solitude Ephemerates and stuff like that, if they're even running the Ephemerate. I don't think they are. They might have a, really don't want to play Guide of Souls into the Wrath. They might have Counterspell also. I guess I'd rather play Guide of Souls than a Johnny for the Counterspell. I don't know. Surveil. Consign to the graveyard. Consign's good against Solitude, that's it. Looking to dodge land Wrath, especially because we've drawn 2 lands and we already had a land heavy hand, so that's kind of unfortunate. There's the land. Do they have the Wrath? Doesn't look like it. Ocelot Pride. Let's attack. You could consider playing a Johnny out there first. I'm gonna play a Johnny first, and then if they counter this, I'm gonna play Ocelot Pride. Wow, they didn't. This makes me not want to play Ocelot Pride, because they're definitely sitting on a Wrath. Now I kind of wish I played this pre-combat. Would have got some energy. I'll just play this and pass. So if they go land something, they got a Plains. Oh, Fire Magic. All right, I was not playing around Fire Magic. Basically the same thing, same Wrath. They would have just did that in response to everything, so it didn't matter. They have the land anyway. Now we're kind of screwed because we flooded our set. They find Pending, which makes me less likely to want to play Ocelot Pride. Get Elegant Parlor, Guide of Souls. We have Guide Pride. I mean, I guess we have to play it. Like, they're going to Pending one of these. At least we get to make a cat. Not looking good for us, though. They Narset. They find Supreme Verdict. Ugh. Alright, well, again, this is definitely like an unfavorable matchup with the, all the board wipes. We just have to dodge those, but they bring a lot in, and they already have some in the main. We need Flage. Ocelot Pride. I'm just going to hold this just because they can just Pending it and not care. Just in the Flage waiting room. And Teferi. They down tick. Draw a card. Draw Quantum Riddler. Oh my god, we didn't get double blue. We should have got double blue. We should have got the Hallowed Fountain when I said so. Damn. Alright, we're gonna warp. I guess we could have hasted it and killed one of these. Oh, we can't draw with Narset anyway. I wasn't even... I totally zoned out on that. Draw the Ephemerate too. Play the land and pass. Yeah, we fetched terribly. Voice. We'll haste this. Probably not gonna resolve. Spell Snare. Yeah, Spell Snare is so good against us, and they usually run a lot of those too. Alright, they just pass. Play Guide of Souls. They have Instant Speed Pending, so see if they Pending this in response. Just turn Scolding. Yeah, they have so much for this matchup, it's gross. They down tick on Teferi. They Daze Undoing. Draw Quantum Riddler, which unfortunately does nothing, because we don't have the double blue. We'll just play Pride and pass. We have not seen a Flage, so unfortunate. That would have been like one of the only outs before all this. Draw Solitude. This is probably going to get Solituded. There's Solitude. Eat that. Guess our in Solitude. Eat theirs. Love to kill this Narset, so we can at least warp. They plus with the Fairy. They draw 3 with Lorien revealed. Up to 8 cards in hand. And they just pass. We do draw the land. Let's attack Narset. Probably not going to get there anyway. Is this like March or something? That's weird. They tried to do something. Let's get the island here. We're going to cast this, but it's going to get counterspelled here. I'm casting the one they know about just to make it like less obvious. I think they were trying to do something and they didn't want to tap out of counterspell. They down tick on Solitude. What if they have another Teferi? They do keep the card on top. Draw Ocelot Pride. I mean, I guess we're going to try to haste this Solitude. They probably just counterspell it. No counterspell. Do they have their own Solitude pitch? Attack Teferi. They have to have something, right? They just let it go. Play Ocelot Pride. Do they have like a Stern Scolding for this? No? Alright, we get the Kitty's Blessing. Assuming they have like a Wrath the Skies for X equals 1,000,000 here. Or just a Supreme Verdict. Narset. Down tick. Ugh, they find Fire Magic. That sucks. Alright, they're just going to clear the board at instant speed. And then that ruins our Quantum Riddler because of Narset. Do find the land. So they have 5 mana. They could do it for 3, so they could counterspell. I'm just trying to think if I want to haste this Quantum Riddler. I think we are. It sucks we're not going to get to draw a card, though. So if they have Counterspell, Fire Magic, then it doesn't look like they do. Move to combat. Narset, Fairy, Teferi, Teferi. You could also just have Solitude, I guess. Assuming it's just going to be Fire Magic. Oh, I was not playing around Instant Speed. Oh, that sucks. Instant Speed, Supreme Verdict. So they had Supreme Verdict and Fire Magic, so didn't matter. Damn, we just got annihilated there. Kahir to hand. And play Kahira. So at least Fire Magic kills this too. Alright, we'll fetch it in the deck. Let's see. I don't think... Oh, we have 1 Surveil land. That's good. Land to the graveyard. Still no Flages. Where are my Flages at? Azorius Chant. Alright. They get in for 3. They uptick. Do they downtick on a Narset? They do. Looking for Consult the Star Charts. That's a good one. We find Ephemerate. Play Guide. They have Pending. I feel like they've had that Pending for like 20 years, but it looks like they're just going to Consult. and then do whatever. Oh, just Flash and Solitude, sure. Flage, where are you, Flage? We can actually cast Flage and bring back Flage if we draw it. Quantum. It's a shame they have both of these out. We could just do so much with this. Yeah, they just counterspell it. They get in for 7 again. I think the game was over once we got blown out by the instant speed Supreme Verdict. Did they have Chant? All right, they do. Voice of Victory. Would have loved that one. All right, we get one more turn to draw out of it. Looking for Flage. We're a third through our deck. We draw a Voice of Victory. Cast Voice. All right, that resolves. Do they have like the instant speed pending? They do not. Oh, they can't instant speed because of all right, they just bounce it and they get in. Brutal game. All right, they get there. Is there anything we want? I don't think so. Run it back. We just literally never saw a Flage, and that would have just been a different game. On the play this time. Like, we were in that game 100% if we draw a Flage there. This hand, 4 lands and Guided Souls. I'll mulligan. There's a Flage. I'm going to be greedy and put back a land, because we're going to Surveil. We're not going to be doing anything for a while, and I really want all of these. Well, Surveil. Get the Elegant Parlor. I know it can't cast Quantum with these two, but I really want... Oh, I'm going to keep that on top. It's not a third land, but it's just like too good to bin. They're going to chant us? Very aggressive chant. Turn 2 chant. Now they have Counterspell up. Do we miss the land? We do not. I'm going to cast Flage here. Because if they want to Counterspell it, they can. If not, who cares? Wow, they do Counterspell it. That's like great for us. Oh, they don't have a third land, that's why. Another one? That lands... Again, we're playing Flage instead of a Johnny because they're not making land drops, so there's no reason to play something that if it gets countered, we're kind of tempoed out. And of course we need a fetch land because we got that red source. Ooh, they have the Solitude. They pitch to Fairy. Not the biggest deal, because we already have one in the yard. Alright, up to 28 life. Missing the land drop as well is not very good, but they also kept a... Oh, they drew a land for turn. Narset? Oh, to Fairy. Alright, they uptick. Draw a Mountain. Guess we'll haste a Johnny? I don't know if that's right or not. We get to hit to Fairy, and they just concede. Cool. They're low on clock. We hit to Fairy, we can discharge it down to 1. Yeah, this is a miserable matchup. Alright, match 3, and this is going to be an easy mulligan. We will keep this hand. Put back the second Ephemerate. Windswept Heath. They fetch. Maybe something to discharge would be good. Plains. Guide of Souls. Checks out. Scalding Tarn. Just do this now. Doesn't really matter. Play around their own Ephemerate if they have it. Most likely the Mirror. Or Pseudo Mirror. See if they have a Johnny here. Voice of Victory, okay. Wish we were on the play, we could just Flage that. Our own Johnny. So it's going to be awkward, we're not going to... Shocking this in, we're not going to have the third land for Flage. Hopefully it's fine. We can at least block well if they don't have anything. But they might just have Flage for a Johnny. So you could have maybe just went Ocelot Pride Archive and passed, and then had Flage on turn 3 for this. They have their own Johnny. No attacks. Untap land? No. I mean, Goblin Bombardment, I can't complain about that. Surveil. Keep that on top. Goblin Bombardment. I guess we'll pass. We can't kill this. Actually, yeah, let's just kill this now. So we can 0 and then just ping that twice. And then here we can block, sack, and keep a Johnny alive. Next turn we have Quantum Riddler Ephemerate. Ooh, they have their own... That's not good because they're just gonna... Yeah. Okay, well, Johnny's dead. So they get to attack us. It doesn't really matter. They can kill Johnny with this and then ping us or not. Wow, they didn't ping us. That's good. Blue, white, Ephemerate, Surveil. Land, do we want the Arena of Glory for the Flage? I'm going to say no. I think our value is just so good right now. They're also stuck on 2 lands. Oh, they find the third land. Oh, they have the Static Prison. All right, well, maybe they'll forget to do the Mobilize trick again. Okay, they didn't this time. I guess we're just going to Flage this. Rebound. Nothing happens. Mountain. So let's cast Flage. We're going to target this, they're going to sack it, so we're not going to gain life, but it still gets it out. All right, they sack it. We sack. Maybe we should have kept Arena. Maybe that was a greedy play. Play this tapped. Trying to think if I want to play Ocelot Pride out or not. I'm going to hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, you know what? Let's just play it out. That'll be the 5th card in the graveyard. Yeah, I don't know why we bin the Arena of Glory, to be honest. I was thinking Quantum Riddler would stick around more, I guess, but still. They keep a card on top. Prison ticks down. They shock in Sacred Foundry. Glimpse. Ooh, love that. And a Voice of Victory that can't be played. They ramp. Okay, well, just ping them. We could ping a spawn token too. Solitude. Play the Mountain. Get down Flage. And if we had kept Arena, we'd be in a better spot. I'm just gonna shoot them. Quantum Riddler comes back in 2 turns. And they shouldn't have a way to gain energy unless they draw exactly like Guide Pride. They fetch Mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another Glimpse. They do find a Flage. Okay. So we're going to hold Solitude for... Oh, you know what? They can't cast it. So it's exiled. Or no, it goes to the graveyard. So we're just gonna hold Solitude for the Flage. Oh no, they can, because they have the spawn. That's right. That's fine. So now we can attack with Flage, put them down to 3. Oh no, they make more spawn actually. Sacred Foundry. Wow, this is actually like stonewalling us. That's pretty funny. We'll attack. I guess we just target the spawn. They're gonna ping us down to 7, 6, 5. Maybe it was correct to actually target them to gain the life back. Down to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, maybe that was incorrect actually. We do get the Quantum Riddler back, and we get to draw 2 cards actually. Okay, well those are some cards. So they're gonna bring Flage back. We're gonna go down to 3, 2, 1. So as long as they don't have another creature, we should be fine. Otherwise, we made a huge mistake by targeting the spawn. We can always Solitude one of our things also. End step, cast Solitude. They'll just sack it in response, but maybe they're considering killing the Solitude or not. But then we have Flage, we have this. We should be fine. All right, they go to ping Solitude and then they just scoop it up. All right, so we're up against just like stock energy. We want maybe this. Consign can come out. Solitude Ephemerate's really good. Voice of Victory. Good with Goblin Bombardment. Maybe we just want the Wraths. Surgical for Flage can be a thing, but we also have the Solitudes already, so it's not that big of a deal. Maybe like 1 Pride can come out. We'll try that. All right, game 2, and I think this hand's okay. Like if they have removal for this, if they have a Flage for any of these, it's kind of bad. We do have Quantum Riddler on maybe 2 or 3 if we draw Ephemerate. All right, they do have the Pride. They could also just go like wider than us. Maybe Mulligan for Solitude, I don't know. We'll get a Plains, play Guide. So if they want to get through, they have to kill the Guide first. They just play a Johnny. Do they offer this to flip a Johnny? They don't. We draw Sacred Foundry. So we could play Ocelot Pride, Surveil. I kind of like that. It's a little slower, but we do get to make the cats, get some energy, gain some life. Not the most exciting, but this will get a Meticulous Archive. I'm really just hoping to dodge Flage or Discharge, damn. They drew Discharge for turn, most likely. They go get a Sacred Foundry. Is this a voice? Don't be a Goblin Bombardment. Another Johnny. So they could flip a Johnny and plus it, which is kind of annoying. If we had a Solitude, that would have been sick right here. Yeah, plussing a Johnny is huge here. Damn. All right, they get in. We'll Surveil. Gonna be really hard to get out of this one. Graveyard the cat. I think we need like Discharge immediately for this. Just another land. Our hand's just so clunky. We started with 4 lands and we've kind of not drawn anything too good. We'll Warp. Yeah, we just draw another land. Okay. We'll scoop it up there. Let's run it back. All right, game 3. And this hand's good enough. We have Pride into a Johnny. We have some removal. Hopefully we draw something for this Ephemerate. We'll just lead off on a Plains, Ocelot Pride. Make them have to have something for this. Do they have the Discharge or the Guide of Souls? They have the Discharge. We draw another Discharge. Shock this in. Play Johnny. Try to keep the pressure on. We'd love to use these Discharges. Hopefully they play something. Hopefully it's not Guide Pride. Voice of Victory. Perfect. Ocelot Pride. Cast Discharge. Attack with both. Play Pride. Now we're just looking to dodge a Wrath. This will get a Meticulous Archive. A Johnny. We're going to fetch and hopefully they don't kill this in response. I guess if they do, it doesn't matter because we have the Discharge. Oh, they kill ours. Okay, that's fine. Meticulous Archive. Land to the graveyard. Come on, Quantum. Flage, Quantum, something. Quantum, sick. So we're going to Warp Quantum. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards, so hopefully we'll find that 4th land to maybe kill a Johnny. And then with that on the stack, we're going to cast Ephemerate, so we draw 2 cards. And then 3. There we go. So we can't attack. We'll attack with the cat token. I wanted to play the land there and attack with both to play around. We should have been able to gain life there. That's my bad. Do we kill the Ajani now is the question. I'm going to say no. I'm going to maybe wait for them to act on something. They play a land. Like maybe they have Goblin Bombardment or something. Voice of Victory. I'm going to let that go. Hopefully they don't have... Okay, they do have another Ajani. That was the risk. I mean, even if we killed this Ajani, they just play another one, so it's like whatever. They do get to flip it and then 0, but they don't get to do any damage. Maybe they plus. We're going to be killing it with Quantum, so maybe they want to plus so that way it doesn't die immediately. Okay, they do 0. We will Surveil, get a Thundering Falls. Flage to the graveyard. Arena, Rebound. I think I want to say no to this. Draw another Quantum. So let's fetch. Probably just going to go Guide. Well, I don't know. Quantum can kill this. Flage can kill this. Let's get a Sacred Foundry. Like Guide of Souls. They're F6th, so red, white. Eat the Voice. Move to combat. Attack a Johnny. They have 1 card in hand. Our board is pretty disgusting. I'm not sure how they get out of this. With a Glimpse, they find really good cards here. I do like Glimpse in this. It's kind of funny. They go Guide, Ragavan. Okay. It's something. Cost them a life to do it, but they gain the life back. I mean, they're just kind of dead on board. We just give Flage Flying and they lose. It's a good try for them. Cool, there we go. Match 4 on the play, and this hand is pretty terrible with 3 Ephemerates, so we're gonna mulligan. Into a no-lander. Let's go to 5. Alright, we're gonna keep this. Put back, Archive, and a Johnny. Oh, we're actually on the draw against a Leyline hand. If they have Leyline Scion, we just straight up lose. And they didn't lead off on a Ragavan. So I'll go Guide of Souls. If they just have it, there's nothing we can do about this. We don't have Thraben Charm to kill the Leyline either. We also mulligan to 5, so it won't feel bad scooping. Draw Ocelot Pride. I mean, honestly, let's just gain as much life as possible. Quantum Riddler. Yeah, I mean, it blocks Scion if we can ever get it. It's just going to be a bit. We'll see what else they have. If they let us go wide, if their hand is like not the greatest and it was just this. Doesn't seem like it, though. Oh, they have the Leyline Binding. They eat the Ocelot Pride. They get in. Really good hand for them. Leyline into Scion with Leyline Binding. Play a Johnny. Our hand's solid too, but just like nothing beats this. Do they have another one? Consign? Jeez, okay. They consign both triggers. Play a land. They get them for 4. Yeah, I guess if we can ever just cast Quantum, as long as they don't bind it. They just have a Flage anyway. We could have discharged the cat. I'll take a draw step, I guess. We're just like never beating the start from them. There's an Ocelot Pride. They have 2 cards. Play Pride. We'll warp Quantum. Draw 2. Draw another Quantum. Just pass. Alright, they look like they're starting to surveil maybe. Oh, you know what? They can just get cards in the yard for Flage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Surprised they just didn't surveil last turn just to put more in the yard. Oh, they have another Bolt. So they can get Flage back next turn into another one. Damn. Alright, yeah, they just had the nuts. And we mulligan to 5, so makes sense. Against them, we want Wear Tear, White Orchid Phantom. I think that's it. Just these. Discharge. I'm gonna say isn't good. It's good against Ragavan, but like we have all this for Ragavan. They should take it out anyway. We'll just try that. On the play for game 2. And this hand sucks. We're gonna mulligan. This hand is better. We'll keep, I guess, put back Solitude. Hopefully they don't have Leyline. I'm just gonna surveil on turn 1 and then turn 2 play both of these. I just don't want them to like bolt this immediately. And we like also don't have to rush, so let's surveil. They could like end step bolt, I guess, but then they're not surveilling. Pelican Parlor. Wear Tear. I'm gonna keep that on top just for Leyline bindings. I know they don't have the Guild Pact, but I also know that we need lands, but it's fine. We could actually just play Goblin Bombardment out. Let's do that. That way, if they do want to do this stuff, they might have Scion also, and this kills Scion. They get Endothotrium. We'd also like some White Orchid Phantoms. Let's see if they just have the Scion here. They do. Do draw the land. Do we just want to go Guide, Pride, Surveil? This could maybe just eat a Leyline. I don't know if this is wrong or not. We'll see. It could be wrong and you're just supposed to kill this on the spot, but without Leyline, it's like less of a big deal. And maybe it'll entice them to Leyline one of these. They go to 13. 3 mana. For Wrath? Yeah, damn. Okay, well, we didn't play around Wrath. Ping them for 3. I guess that was going to happen eventually. We'll Surveil. Find Arena, into the graveyard. Plains. Guess we'll Warp, and then we'll just probably kill this. Draw 2. Draw the Ephemerate. Yeah, I guess we kill this. I really want to, like, get more out of it, but just wear the Scion. Next turn we can hardcast Riddler. The only reason I wanted to maybe wait is because we could maybe take some damage and then hardcast this. Okay, it doesn't matter. And then, like, save the Wear Tear for here. Alright, find the 5th land. We're just gonna Solitude, because it looks like they have Leyline Binding up, and we're only gonna draw 1 with this, so it's not the biggest deal. I also didn't want to play a Johnny out, because if they Leyline Binding when we try to sack it, I don't know. Kavu. I kind of just like F6ing through stuff, so another land. Crack it. Guess we'll just get the mountain. Cast Quantum, draw 2. Ephemerate, okay. So this will be really good Leyline insurance, but it doesn't look like they have it. And this blocks profitably. A little late for Thrall. We'll Ephemerate now. See if they have the binding. Okay, they don't. Yeah, this matchup is like terrible. They have main deck Thralls, just Wraths, just everything. Maybe we do want the consigns for Scion and Leyline triggers. That's also another thing. But like, what would we take out? Maybe some Ocelot Pride? Maybe like 1 and 1 like this, just because of the Wraths? We're really winning with like this. We'll try that. Because Consign stops, I guess, 8 of their cards technically. Oh, this is a really solid hand. We'll keep up Consign. And then unfortunately, we really want to draw an untapped land because I want to play Scalding Tarn to have Consign up. They do start with the Leyline. So hopefully we just get them with the Consign. Makes White Orchid Phantom a lot worse too. They shock that in, assuming they have like a Bolt or something. Draw another Quantum. Not really what we want. I'm really hoping to snag a Scion here. Arena. There's a Scion. Where they go, Kavu? That's funny, they went to go Scion and then they stopped. Get a Meticulous Archive. Keep that on top. Pelican Parlor. Another Solitude. We need lands, so we're just gonna pass. We could Solitude Ephemerate here if they play a not Scion thing. I guess what sucks too is if they flash in a, what's it called, then we're kind of screwed. So maybe we should have done that on our turn. Because this like stops all of our stuff. Guide of Souls, ugh. Yeah, like if they land a, what's it called, we're screwed. Play Guide. Really want them to do something. Not that. We assume they had the bolt because they shocked in the Godless Shrine, but they're just like not doing anything. Alright, we'll take 5 more, I guess. They've been a Flage. Still nothing. There's a land. I guess maybe we warp Quantum Riddler, and then if they try to do something, we just Solitude this. Warp Riddler. They have to have something. They've been sitting on 3 cards for this entire game. Wow, they just do nothing. Alright, we'll cast Ephemerate. Just stub. I guess at their upkeep, I'm gonna Solitude something. If they've been holding on to that thing this entire game, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, they have not taken enough damage from that. Assuming they have Consign. Oh, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have a Flage in the yard. Our Solitude's gone. We have another Quantum. We can eat this arena with White Orchid Phantom. They do nothing. A Johnny. We can also consign this trigger. See if we want to consign a Leyline Binding. Either arena. They can bring back Flage next turn, I guess. Do we care about this? We're not going to Ephemerate it. I'm going to say no. Let's fetch. Get a Plains. Play a Johnny. I guess they just need a land, and then they can bring back Flage and eat this. Oh, they have another one. Okay. I'm glad we didn't fight over the one. So we have to dodge a land. Winter Night Stories. So they're definitely going to draw a land this time. Clarion Conqueror. There's the land. We draw a land also. I'm just going to, I guess, cast the Riddler. I'm going to cast this one so we can draw 2. Ocelot Pride. They are going to hit us down to 2, and then we're kind of maybe screwed. Oh, okay. Well, they found the arena. Nice top deck. All right, welcome to the final match. We're on the draw for the nth time, and final match, we're going to keep this. It's a 1-lander, but I think it's pretty solid 1-lander. And we're up against Energy again, dude. Come on. So boring. All right, we do draw the land. Let's just kill this. I thought Energy was dead. I figured we wouldn't be playing any mirrors, but we're playing a bunch. At least we have the double discharge and the bombardment of Johnny once we can get that going. All right, we'll get the Sacred Foundry. Just kill this now. They go Sacred Foundry, shock. No plays. Draw another land. That's good. Kind of curious what this means. I wonder if it's a Thraben Charm. Let's just, I mean, I'm saying it's Thraben Charm as I'm playing an enchantment, but let's see. Oh, it's just Philia. Okay. I wasn't expecting Philia. Into a Johnny. Okay. So maybe they're just going to blink the Ajani. Make another cat. They do. So we could blink Riddler here. We're assuming they have a discharge. Let's fetch now. I kind of want to Ajani discharge. Get a mountain. Play a Johnny. See if they have the removal. They don't. I'm going to sack here. Flip a Johnny. I'm glad they have like nothing. Back here. And then I guess once they go to fetch, we'll just... And then we can always block sack. So I'm assuming this is just stock energy with Philia. They keep a card on top. Is it another Johnny? Oh, it is Thraben Charm. Okay. Are they going to attack a Johnny? We'll block 1. Johnny goes to 1. Draw another Johnny. So we can play Flooded Strand. That's Warp Riddler. And with that on the stack, we'll Ephemerate. So we draw 2. Draw 2 lands. 3 lands. Great. Just what we wanted. We'll 0. And then we'll pass. Jesus, we drew 3 lands. They should... Oh, they get a Plains. They have another Philia. Into Guide of Souls. Ooh, they have Guide Pride. No attacks. Pretty annoying to deal with. We'll Surveil. They don't have the City's Blessing yet, though. Definitely want the Archive here. Solitude. Keep that on top. Rebound. I'm going to rebound on Quantum Riddler. 4 lands in a row. Guess we'll 0. Play Flooded Strand. Get a Plains. Cast Solitude. I know we're doing it main phase, but it's fine. We'll eat the Guide of Souls. And then we'll just pass. So they're on top deck mode. We have basically nothing. Oh, they top deck a Johnny. Really good for them. So it sucks is if they attack with a cat, like a token, they could kill our Johnny or we could block it. They flip and then they plus on these 3. Wow, we've drawn 13 lands. Let's see if they do that. They don't. Okay, good for us. Draw arena. Let's play a Johnny. We'll plus. Play a land. Guess we'll get in the air. They should have no blockers. And then we'll just pass. We need them to brick. Keep bricking, but damn, they're not bricking. Goblin Bushwhacker. Kicked. Are we dead? They blink out Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we attacked with 1. Wow, did they top deck the win there? Wow. Here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow. They top decked the win. Jesus. Alright, so against Boros, we'll just bring in the Wraths like before. Take out Consign and a Pride. Alright, on the play for game 2. Let's try not to flood out this time. And this hand's okay. We'll keep it. No galvanic discharges, but we have like voice. We can ephemerate quantum eventually. They surveil. Flooded strand to the yard. We got a Thundering Falls. Keep a land on top. Next turn we can go Goblin Bombardment with voice unless they kill it. Now we're just gonna go ephemerate quantum. Warp. Ephemerate. Not too bad. We have removal now. We have Flage, which is really good. And we're not flooding out, which is really nice. They put lands to the yard. It's hard for them to deal with this unless they have Static Prison. They might just like Flage us this turn. Blood Moon. Okay, I'm glad we got the plains. We'll target that. All right, this is actually fine. Go Goblin Bombardment, a Johnny, sack here. We'll be good about it instead of just zeroing. They did use a discharge, but they could find another. They're also stuck on 1 plains. And see, they have Flage, so they could have killed this. They still target it. They might have a discharge. No discharge. Draw Solitude. Go Voice. We'll zero now. Ping them. They can't bring back Flage because of their own Blood Moon. Starfield Shepherd. I guess they can get a plains now. They do find the plains. And a Thraben Charm. Damn, they have it like every time. They Thraben Charm it. Do we want to do anything? I guess not. That goes away. Draw another land. So we can hit them down to 10 with Flage. Attack with everything, then 0. So let's attack. Down to 4. And then we just 0. There we go. See, that's how the game should go. Even through Blood Moon. I mean, I guess we'll bring in Wear Tear for Static Prison and Blood Moon. Take out another Pride, maybe. And try that. Again, I don't mind taking out Prides because we have the Wraths, so it's like not the biggest deal. Alright, final game. We have 4 lands, Solitude Ephemerate, we're gonna keep. Really hoping this pays off. I'm not gonna cast God of Souls turn 1. We're gonna be fetching, oh, Quantum Riddler's pretty good too. We'll be fetching around Blood Moon, I guess. We need at least, this will be the white source. So let's just play Scalding Tarn, this will get a Thundering Falls, and then this will get the Plains. They get an Elegant Parlor. We can also play around how they're playing their lands. But they might just get this and then some basics. They do nothing. Like, we could always get the island, but I'm just going to get Thundering Falls here. Quantum Riddler, I don't need another one. Discharge. So this will get the plains. If they surveil again. They don't. End step Philia. Well, discharge. So it looks like they're really trying to do like the Philia Angel Flicker plan. Goblin Bombardment. Oh, 2 lands. This will still get the plains though. I want to play it safe. Go Guide of Souls, Voice. They haven't had anything to kill, so they might have like discharges and stuff. But we still have Quantum Ephemerate, which is really hard for them to deal with, especially if they don't draw a land. This is a cool looking land too. But this combo here is pretty disgusting. A Johnny. So they can kill the Guide. We could Solitude it, but then we don't get the Quantum Ephemerate. I think this is fine. We'll still get the energy at least. Oh, they didn't sack it in response. They missed it. Oh, that's terrible. Unless, wow, okay. Really good for us. They missed that. And we draw a Johnny. Okay, so we can kind of go nuts here. Unless they have Wrath, then we don't want to go nuts. Let's just attack. We'll stack it so the Mobilize goes off first. Not that it matters because we have enough energy for the Guide. Give this flying. Shock that in. I don't want to play out a Johnny right now just in case they have a Wrath. We'll warp. See if we can find an Ephemerate. We don't. So we have Quantum for next turn. They are drawing lands. Maybe they have a Blood Moon. That would be fine for us. We don't care if they play a Blood Moon. That just like does nothing. And draw another Quantum. We'll attack. Triggers. Put it on Guide. Down to 4. We'll just pass. Again, I don't want to play into a Wrath. They could easily have it. X equals 2. Starfield Shepherd. Into Plains. Into Flage. So that's going to gain them... Oh, they can kill the Voice. Okay. So they get to ping it. Okay, we'll just win with Guide then. It doesn't really matter. Let's see. Oh, I guess they go up to 10. Oh, no, they're at 7. Yeah, we can't kill them. This would be 5. Steam Vents. They do get the Flage next turn, I guess. Alright, maybe Blood Moon's being a little annoying because of Goblin Bombardment. So if we play a Johnny, they Flage a Johnny. If we play a Johnny, we put them down to 2. They can always sack. I think we do play a Johnny for the energy and everything. I know we're getting rid of our white card to pitch. We get to pump this, put them down to 2. This will put them back up to 5. They kill here, but then they're dead on board. I guess they could actually, if they kill this and ping this, they're still dead here. All right, there's Flage. Unless they have like a Static Prison they top decked. Doesn't look like it. That was Ephemerate. Attack for lethal? All right. All right, so that was Jeskai Energy in Modern. Those were some really grindy games, but we ended up going 4-1, losing to some rough draws against Domain Zoo. I've really been liking these Ephemerate decks lately. We just played Azorius Energy and that went well. This went pretty well also. Just having the Ephemerate, Solitude, and Quantum Riddler synergy has just felt so powerful in Modern right now. So the fact that we got to add it to the stock Boros Energy list only made this deck feel even more powerful. This version was definitely a lot grindier than your typical Boros version just because we had the Quantums and Solitudes. Getting rid of the Ragavans and some of the interaction made things a little bit more grindy. But overall, I didn't really mind too much because I know we'd win in the late game, and we had the Flicker Solitude for removal and just Riddler for that card draw. But overall, this is a really fun deck, so if you are into Energy, I definitely say give this one a go. But that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for watching this Energy video. If you want to see more Modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.